To the Community, introduced by Sarah Bulmer. This programme includes highlights from Peterborough Pirates versus Slough Jets.
A new year and a new start for the Peterborough Pirates ice hockey team. Welcome to the first programme of Pirates on 8 for 1997. A lot has happened since we were last on air. Many changes have occurred which have almost seen the demise of the 15-year-old club. Mr. Oncarte was in the process of selling the club to the players, supporters and directors under a share scheme to help raise funds for the club. The scheme never took off. Mr. Carte left, leaving players and fans none the wiser as to who actually owned the club. A plea was made to the media and local businessman Mr. Kevin Tatum has stepped in. He's set up an 11th hour package which should see the Pirates into the next millennium. In the next programme, hopefully we'll be talking to Mr. Tatum to find out his objectives and plans for the club. But now over to the fans to see what they have to say about the situation. It's going to be a difficult game for the Pirates tonight. How do you think they're going to fare?
The first period we'll probably get a few goals, 2, perhaps 3. Beyond that we'll run out of power. I hear we're short of stuff again tonight, so presumably we're going to get other stuff in, but at least the team are here again, and that's the main thing for me, that we've got a team support. Slough
are a very, very difficult team to beat. You know.
Yeah, well, they're physical and skillful, so there's no way we can beat them, but so long as the Pirates keep trying, keep working hard, give us something to shout for, I'm happy with that, and I think the rest of the fans, well, it'd be nice to have a winning team, but we've got to just be thankful that we've got a team. So, yes, Slough are going to be very, very difficult. We no way we're going to beat them, but as long as we can shake them about a bit, that's the main thing.
Tony Hunter left the club last night. How do you feel about that? What do you think that's going to do to the team?
I don't know, because he's tried his hardest under the circumstances, and, you know, he's just done the best he can. That's just, you know, it's sorry to see him go. Just hope we get somebody decent, you know, to try and do something. It's as simple as that, you know.
And the new ownership, Kevin Tatum and pals, do you think they're going to improve the club at all? Well, do you hope they're going to improve the club?
Talk-wise, yes, but to whether they put it in practice, it don't matter, you know. But they sound pretty good, you know, better than other bloke we had, you know.
Yeah.
But
your predictions on tonight's game then?
I think we'll lose.
Score? A lot of people saying about 15-3, 15-4 to Slough. Do you think it's going to be a wider gap of that?
No, but I think we'll lose, yeah, to be fair. You know, you got to be honest, ain't you?
Slough are a very difficult team to beat. How do you think we're going to fare in tonight's game?
Well, I'm just delighted that we actually got a game, quite frankly, yeah.
Things are looking brighter than they were in 96. What Kevin Tatum and pals, how do you think they're going to do for the team?
Well, I'm really looking forward with great anticipation. We've had so many ups and downs over the last few years, yeah.
Do you know that Tony Hunter left the club last night? Obviously, he's been manager for quite a few years now. How do you think it's going to affect the team, him leaving?
No, I actually didn't know that. Oh, I'm sure the team will cope anyway. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your predictions on tonight's game?
Oh, I think we'll do well to keep within a few goals.
Slough lost last night, 4-3. How do you think this will affect the team psychologically?
It was a good result last night because we've lost to Guildford, you know, sort of several times with a bigger score. And last night it really was what you might as well say one of those cliffhangers.
I was speaking to the manager earlier on, and he said that the losing goal for Slough was scored within the last minute of play.
That's it, yes. It was just one of those things. I mean, we had one goal. The puck was 6 inches from the line, and the person that wanted to try and get to knock it into the goal, the stick was being held, and of course, otherwise the score would have been different.
Slough are a very difficult team to beat. How do you think Peterborough are going to fare against them in tonight's game?
I think it'll be a good match. I think, you know, I mean, it's, what can I say? it's going to be a fair game. We won't sort of just knock them for 6. We'll give them a reasonable chance.
A Slough a physical team to play against?
Not really, no. Not like, I mean, Swindon, they'll just take you into the boards, but Slough, all right, they'll do a few shoulder charges, but they'll also go for the puck as well rather than the man.
So your predictions on tonight's score then? A lot of people say it's going to be about 15-3 to Slough. What do you think?
Oh no. I think it'll be, well, about 3 or 4 goals in it, but I think it'll be more a reasonable match, like, you know, and a reasonable score.
Slough are a difficult team to beat. How do you think you're going to fare in tonight's game?
Same as we do. We're going to go in with the same attitude we go in every game. We're going to go and give it our best shot. We've got more players on tonight. There'll be a better structure, I hope. More run, a better disciplined performance. So we should just give it our best shot and hope that we come out the better of it.
Tony Hunter left last night. Has this affected the team at all?
Yes and no. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. At the moment, we've got a job to do and we're just going to build on what we have at the moment.
What's it like having old players like Jason Porter back and Cassie Dawkins and whatnot?
It's good. I mean, they're morale builders. You know, they know the job. I've played with Cassie down in Bretton with me in a very professional organisation. It was run by one owner, and he knows the score. He knows the situation. So
Okay. Your predictions on tonight's game?
we're going to give it our best shot and hope that we come out the better of it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. So you're confident about tonight's game?
I would hope so, yeah. We've had some pretty good success against the Pirates this year. Obviously, you know, they're putting a different team on the ice tonight than they have previous. But we lost a heartbreaker last night with a minute to go, and we're looking to just make amends very quickly.
Would you settle for a draw tonight?
No, I'll take the win first. You know, if I'm forced to, yeah, the draw happens. But no, we'll take the win.
Are there any Pirates players that worry you at all in tonight's game?
I'm not too sure who. I know they've brought up a few fellows from Stevenage tonight, and I'm not too sure who it is. And since we're before warm-up, I haven't had a look at anybody. But no, Stuart Parker's a quality hockey player on this team. You know, I believe Mark Mackey's in the building. If he's playing, he's always tough to play against. So it's tough to see a team so new as this. They can make anything happen out there. It's very trying for my team.
So what about your team then? Have they been through any special preparation for tonight's game at all?
Just the heartbreaker last night. No, we played a pretty good hockey game. We're all suffering with the flu at this time of the year, and it's killing us. And we put a real good performance together with a very understrength team, and we ended up losing the game with a minute to go. And like I say, if you want to do anything after a night like that, you want to just get back out on the ice and make everything right and get it better.
So last night's game scarring your team psychologically?
I would hope not. No, we can look past it. We did a lot of good things, and it was an unfortunate mistake with a minute to go. And no, it's a clean slate. That's what's great about this game. You're only as good as your last shift, and you know we get to go out and do better on that one now.
Okay, can I have your predictions on tonight's game, or do you not give predictions?
Oh, Slough win all the way. Always positive that way. Do you want to score as well? Peterborough will score some goals tonight. 9-3.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, welcome to Peterborough Pirates vs. Slough Jets, the first game of the new year. I'm Jason Stewart, new player and voice of the Pirates on 8 program. Slough's first goal was scored by Derek Higdon from this face-off in the first minute of play. Pirates with control in their own zone. They fail to clear the puck, and David Heath shoots one under the crossbar to give a 2-0 lead to Slough. Slough Jets with control. Good defensive play by the Pirates. Darren Cotton shows lots of hustle, hard skating, slides it over to Cassie Dawkins, makes no mistake, put it in the back of the net. Pirates with the puck in their own zone. Quick pass out to Stuart Parker. Big slap shot, just misses the net. Hard work from the Pirates finds Phil Chard out in front of the net, who bangs it in. Phil Butler dumps a puck in the Slough zone. Defensive mistake by Slough. Craig Bretton steps up and blasts one right in the net. Slough, 3-2 down at this stage, pass the puck well in the power play and find Joe Steffen all alone in front of the net. Just before the end of the period, Pirates find themselves short-handed again, and Slough see Higdon, who scores to give Slough a 4-3 lead at the end of the period.
Well, it's the end of the first period, and the score is 3-4 to Slough Jets. I've managed to have a little chat with Dick Bretton, former director of the Peterborough Pirates. Dick, just explain to me in more detail about the Ron Cartay takeover.
The non-takeover, I think you should mean. Yeah, big disappointment. Disappointment for people like myself and the other people that were working to keep us afloat, and equally a disappointment for the players who thought that they'd got an organisation that was going to take us forward. They said all the right things and had convinced all the right people, but at the 11th hour they didn't come up with the goods, which in the main was money. But there was also a few other things that they were deficient in, like they weren't exactly being honest as to what their intentions were or how they were going to go about things. So I think let's put it down to a learning experience, and let's hope that we won't have to go through those difficult days again.
Lucky Kevin Tatum and friends stepped in. How did that all come about?
Well, as hockey watchers will realise, Kevin had an interest beginning of November, after we'd played what we'd billed as our last game. They'd got a package together and plans on the table, and everyone, certainly from our perspective, had assumed that was going to go ahead. We were then informed that that wasn't acceptable to the BIHA, hence Mr. Cartay came in. But thankfully Kevin hadn't lost interest, and as he said, I think the first time we ever met, he's a hockey person. He wants to see hockey survive, and he wanted to do his bit. And Rodney Bull was talking to Kevin after we finally discovered what we were dealing with Mr. Cartay, and really Rodney Bull and his discussions taking it forward. Kevin came up with his plans, revised plans, and obviously they're now acceptable to the BIHA, and here we are, and we're on the ice again. They can't sink us, can they?
No, they can't. So you're no longer a director of the club. What's your involvement now with the Pirates?
I guess I'm a supporter, as always. I've never really relished this tag of being anything else other than a supporter, but there's a few loose ends that need to be tidied up from the previous Arena Sports organisation, so that will keep me busy for a little while, but like a lot of other people, carry on helping wherever we can, really.
Mm-hmm. As a director, you've never really been able to give me your opinion on what's happening to the club. Now I can ask you, what do you think of the progression that the club's taking?
Well, I think, the first thing we say is we're happy that we're here, and I think that, that can sometimes cloud maybe the clear picture, which is how do we go forward. We obviously have been in a state of survival for quite a while, and if there's an organisation that can put in place the backroom support, then I think that the club has a future which will get better rather than one which is just a future of survival. And I've spoken to Kevin quite a few times, and he certainly sort of impresses me in terms of his organisation. So let's hope that's the bit that we've been waiting for, and hopefully everyone will get behind him and at least give him a chance. If his plans don't work out, well then at least he's given it a shot, and we should all support him and help him and keep the club going upwards, not just surviving. So I see nothing but a rosy future, providing we all get together and we don't allow ourselves to get involved in some of the things that we've got involved in this arena before, if we can put ice hockey first, rather than some of the personality issues that have been there. When we look at the depth right through the club in terms of youngsters and the players that we call Peterborough players that are around, either still registered or not too far away, you know, I think we have a lot of potential to be able to compete, and I think we have a lot of potential to do better next year.
And what would you say to the die-hard fans and the not-so-regulars to keep them supporting the Pirates?
I guess we've got to say to them, you know, again, you know, carry on supporting. The easy thing will be to get the results on the ice, and then I think those people will come back. The view I had was that if you want to come and have another look, come and be a guest, have another look. I'm not quite sure whether that policy will still fit, but that might be one of the ways to get people interested. But certainly if we get the right press, and we'll get the right press if we have the right results, then I think the diehards will start to come back. It's been difficult for them. You know, we keep talking about how difficult it's been for the players. You know, there've been a handful of people that have stuck through this club through some really difficult times without getting paid again. And I think that we should also look at all the other people that have helped keep us afloat. They've had difficult times and we talk about them, but we don't always talk about the fans, and they've had a difficult time. They've been asked to pay their money, to keep coming and watching, and by the way, we don't think we're going to win tonight. So it's not been easy for them, and I guess they've got to have a look, and they've got to say, well, you know, these people believe, Kevin Tatum's group believe, maybe I shouldn't call it Kevin Tatum's group, but is a name that comes to mind. The trio, the Three Musketeers, call them what you like, yeah. They've obviously got faith, and so everybody else should say, well, if they've got faith and they're putting their money in, maybe I'll go and have another look, and maybe I'll get the bug again.
So ice hockey's not dead in Peterborough?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it ever has been. We've had some very, very near misses, and all credit to the people, some of those people never ever get named, but they've done an awful lot of hard work to keep us going. But we've always had the underlying youth programme that will keep coming through anyway. So I don't think ice hockey's ever been dead. It's been pretty close to being dead at the top end though.
Okay, well thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Look forward to seeing you
again.
No
problem, yes. Thank you.
The second period was very defensive, which only saw one goal scored. This came from Slough controlling the puck in the Peterborough zone. Rob Cooch shot from the hash marks gave the Jets a 5-3 lead at the end of the second period. Like the second period, goal scoring was quiet and uneventful. However, the Slough fans didn't go away disappointed. Slough puts pressure on the Pirates in their own zone, and they fail to clear the puck. Mike Kindred scores the sixth goal from a deflection in front of the net. The Pirates played well against a team loaded with imports. Peterborough worked hard, but Slough's power play goals seemed to make the difference, with the final score being 6-3 to Slough Jets.
So Kevin, talk me through the game, how it was from where you were sitting and playing.
It was never going to be an easy game. We just had to play a solid defensive game. We had 5 players come up from Stevenage to help us out, and one from the youth development system in this club, which we've got a good rapport with. And they came and helped us out to play a solid defensive game. We had no intentions of trying to go up there too much. We don't have the strike force at the moment, but we do have a solid game plan, and we have to stick to that and try and take the breaks whenever we can get them. So we just stuck to the plan.
Very close game, 6-3 final score.
That's what we're looking for. I mean, we don't have enough huge goal scorers in the team that we can go up there and rush up, and it's never going to be a 12-10 game. We're never going to be able to score those 10 goals. So we're going to have to cut down on goals against and then try and build on from that.
So what are the plans for new players?
Immediate is to find a new goaltender of a high calibre, and 2 defensemen, first of all.
How do you feel about the loss of Tony Hunter? After tonight's game, he played extremely well. What's the future about that? What's going to happen there?
Well, it's not a case of what's happened in the past. It's a case we've got to look forward now. We've got a new company We have to build on what we have. I mean, like as I said in previous interviews, I've lost 3 very good defensemen over not having them in contracts. The players know the situation, have contracts coming next week, and from then on we just build on.
So, can you just talk me through the game, how it was from where you were sitting?
Well, it was exciting, wasn't it? It was an exciting game. They did well. And where they got all the players from and whether they're going to stay or not.
A good score. 3-6 was final score to...
6-3 to Slough, yes. But I thought the lads battled well. They perhaps lost it a bit towards the end. But and again, there were a lot of new faces, or not exactly new faces, but coming together like they did, all in bits and pieces. I thought they did well.
Pirates played well. Who do you think should have won the man of the match? You think Simon Wren?
Oh, blimey, I thought so. Played his heart out, didn't he? Yeah, splendid performance. But is he here to stay?
A pleasing result though, 6-3 to Slough. I talked to people earlier on and they thought it'd be 15-3 or 15-4 or something like that, and very close result.
Yes, I think it was an excellent game from our point of view to keep the goals down, and Simon Wren deserved man of the match tonight.
Tony Hunter left the club last night. How do you feel about that? Do you think that'll help the club or psychologically scar them? What do you think that'll do to the club?
I'm sorry to see him go because he's been with the club a long time, but I mean, if it's the way forward, then I suppose that's the way it's got to go.
You're still going to keep supporting them?
I've got 2 sons playing, so I'll be there.
Oh, right, John and Darren.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, brilliant players. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What about Kevin Tatum and friends taking over the club? Do you think this will be good for the club? I mean, it can't really be any worse than what it is at the moment, but do you hope miracles are going to be made with them joining the club?
Without Kevin Tatum, there wouldn't be anybody. So that's the first thing. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. He's the only hope we got. Hopefully, yes, it's going to be good. He seems to have the right attitude. He's not promising the earth, but he's willing to put his hand in his pocket just to get us over the first bit. And I think the people will come back. The crowd was better tonight. Yeah, compared to what it has been, and that's just by a few changes that he's put in.
So you're a die-hard supporter through thick and thin?
Well, yeah, I suppose so, but we all like a winning team as well, don't we?
Another eventful evening from the Peterborough Ice Arena. Final score 6-3 to the Slough Jets. Disappointing but expected. In the next programme we'll be speaking to Kevin Tatum about his plans for the club. From this week from Pirates.Net, goodbye.